Ooh, hello there, my fellow miners and crafters. GoodTimesWithScar here, and welcome back to Scarland, a land where we take survival building to the extreme. And we're here with the Scott Ranch house building project, working on our barn, where we are going to move into the interior and start working on the horse stalls, the cow pen area, storage rooms, and all sorts of really intricate and amazing interior design, which I'm really excited about. So as you can see, our barn is looking absolutely spectacular. And I'm very excited to finally get to the landscaping and really tie this all together. And look at this. This is a great demonstration of why I say landscaping is so important. Look at that. We have a decent looking build. I'm really confident that this is a good looking build. But look at how flat and bland it looks with this just plain green background. And once we add that landscaping, that's really what ties builds together. And as you can see, I've subdivided the interior room here, and we can see this is kind of where our horse stalls are going to be. And then let's turn the corner over here, and this is kind of where we're going to have kind of a cow pen area where they can mingle and do their cow things. And then over in these little rooms over here, this will be kind of breeding supplies for the horses. And then over on this side, I've kind of thought that that area will be kind of where a staircase or ladder will take us up to the upper levels. And then over this side and here, let's go through the maintenance door here. This, of course, will be where hay is delivered. And of course, this is where we left off in our last episode, where we built this amazing design on the back of the back of the horse. I'm going to call it the horse house. That's right. Right here, right now, this is the Scarland horse house, apparently. So up there, as you can see, we have our hay being hoisted up to the top of the barn. And then, of course, this thing's being delivered. So we're going to make a little road and stuff along those lines. So it makes sense of why a cart is being brought over here and how it got here. It's always important to think of those things. And yeah, I'm really happy with this, but what do you guys like? Do you like the front of the barn better, or do you like the back of the barn? I'm a little partial to the back. The front's more of a showpiece, and then the back is more about kind of taking care of business, getting the hay in, and the horses can come in and out of this area. So let's get to business, and here we go. So as you can see, we're going to start right about here, my friends, and we're going to place down a block like that. So then there's two, and then a block pushed in and another one right there. And then we're just going to start subdividing these into about 2 block entranceway, like so. And we're going to use a little trick that Azuma told me about when I first joined the Hermits in the Crafting. And it was during a fun little Hermit Craft kind of hangout session. And what it was is if you have your horse stall or something along those lines, and let me just create this just a little bit more. As you can see, these are about 3 blocks like so. And then I'm just using these dirt blocks in the center here just as a little bit of a sneaky temporary block action. There we go, looking good, my friends. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab out these spruce stairs, bring them over the top, and bring it down like that, all right? That is our first horse door. That's right, a horse door. And as you can see, we can walk right into it perfectly fine, and we can even bring a horse into here like this. But one amazing thing about it is horses aren't going to be able to get through it. So in the past, we've done some more complicated things with redstone and all those things. But this is just a really, really simple way of keeping your horses in where they're supposed to be. You don't want a wandering horse. No, believe me, you don't want horses just wandering about. All right, there we go. And we're gonna put these things along here like that. And looking good. I'm actually really happy with this. And there we go. We have the skeleton structure of the entrance to the stalls and the storage room set up. So as you can see, I'm kind of gauging the height of the build, trying to see how high we want to bring the room. One thing I'm for sure of is that as we walk through here, I want to be able to look straight up into the ceiling there. So that'll give us room on either side there for a second story. So this is kind of a big vaulted ceiling. So let's get to work here. And from the bottom of the ground here, all the way to the top right there is 8 blocks. And generally, well, that's about as high as I want to go, my friends. So I don't want to go too high. And only in the storage rooms am I going to do this, is put an extra block on either end like that. So I think that'll be pretty good. The next thing I want to do here is, I think I'm going to scaffold up a little bit. I think we're going to scaffold. Oh, hello, you're not proper scaffolding materials. There we go. So I'm going to start bringing these. That's what I'm trying to gauge if I want to do that. I don't think so. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to bring the wood flush with this pattern right here, and I think that'll look really good. So one thing we got to do is get some horses, because I don't have any horses yet. Yes, that's the thing. Don't have any horses for the stalls and things of that nature yet, but we will. I would love to have a donkey. Don't have a donkey in Scarland, which makes Scar sad. There's a lot of things we don't have in this world, which makes me very sad, but we're not going to let that get to us. Not one bit, my friends. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring up another set of these pillars and match that. So bring that up one more block. And then from here, this is where it gets a little tricky what I want to do. So next thing I want to do is I want to grab out some of these. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run those all the way across like that. And I think I'm going to bring this up one more set. So this is why we have to cut down so much dark oak, so that we have enough for all of these beams and crisscrossies and all sorts of beautiful things. Because boy, this is a resource intensive project, very resource intensive. All right, so we're gonna back that off ever so slightly. And like I said, for the courthouse in Hermitcraft, it's if your build is, you know, not using all the resources, well then it's time to go back to the drawing board and make it take all the resources you have gathered. So there we go. So we're gonna pull those out. And okay, I'm liking it. There's a couple of things I want to do here. So first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring this. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to pull this outwards like that. So I'm going to mimic that on the same side. And as you can see, there's going to be a lot of repeating patterns. So I'm just trying to get a really basic start to this, just kind of find the patterns that we want to use. And I think I'm going to swap in just a couple gates right there. I'm going to go up one more block and I'm going to knock in a couple of these guys on the tops here just to give it a nice little presence. There we go. Let's scaffold our way down here and kind of see how we're doing. Ooh, I like that. I really do like that. How do you guys like that? I think that came out pretty cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this design and replicate it on all 3 of the stalls. And I think the storage rooms on either side will also look similar, but we'll catch you guys in just 1 second and look at that beautiful sunset over the Mount Scars. And welcome back. So I've got the stalls and the layout pretty well set up. So let's turn the corner here and take a look at the design. So as you can see, we have 3 horse stalls, 2 storage rooms. Now on this side over here, we have an extra beam going up, which makes it 3 railing across, whereas on this side, it's actually 4. So we'll just make some little modifications here and there, either take that out or add that design over here, just so everything's symmetrical and just the way we like it. But I'm really happy with the way this has come out. Once we build this design on this side, we'll be able to connect these 2 sides of these little structurally design. These structured designs will eventually come together. So let's start working on our first stall. So why don't we grab out a little bit of dark oak and we're gonna run, oh, hello, there we go. We're gonna run that over here. So this will be the first horse stall, and within the stall, we're gonna do some hay, some drinking sources, and some path blocks. My new favorite block at the moment is path blocks. All right, so let's get into it. So one thing we're gonna need a lot of for this project, of course, is cows, because of course it's a ranch. And the problem with that is trying to find land that has any cows. Now, we do have some cows in a few areas of Scarland. That would be the tree farm. And let's see, the tree farm, and I'm trying to think, there should be somewhere else that has cows. Oh, the roller coaster project, of course. And those areas still do have cows, but Scarland's an old, mysterious world reigning from the times of 2011. And back when we generated Scarland, all you needed to do to spawn, you know, sheep or anything along those lines was just light up a source. It was a certain light level, and the sheep and all those good things, I think, would just spawn there, correct? But that doesn't happen anymore. That's not a thing anymore in the mining and the crafting. So we've got to think of alternative ways. So we somehow need to transport a ton of cows, or, you know, we just bring over 2 and we just breed them. But anyway, we still need to get that done because, well, it's just going to be awkward having an amazing ranch and not having any cows. It just would be sad. So we're not going to do that. All right, my friends. So we've got this pretty well laid out. So I think this is a good shape. I'm trying to think here. I want this to come down maybe a little bit right there. And then what I'm thinking about is adding some stairs in this corner over here. Projects still left for this area is a lot of terraforming. And then we need to build the ranch hands cabins. And then I came up with a cool idea, like I mentioned in the last episode, about a windmill. So we're definitely going to do that. All right, and now I'm going to run these guys along here. I want this to really be open. You know, horses want to talk to their friends. So they're like, hey, Bob, hey, Ed, you know, they're just talking to each other, having a good time. So I just want to have this nice and open so that they can see through. It's kind of boring. So, I'm not sure what I could do to kind of jazz this up so it's not as boring as this. It could really use just a little extra something here. Why don't we go, come on. Oh yeah, I forgot. There we go. So maybe something a little bit like that, and potentially maybe even cutting out some sides over here, adding it. Ooh, kind of like that actually. Okay. Oh yeah. Ooh, hello. Let me scaffold up here a little bit and see what that looks like on this side. Yeah, that actually has kind of an appealing pattern to it. Let's scaffold back down. And yeah, look at that, my friends. It's got like a cool little pattern to it, maybe even open. If it opened also on the back end here, not just opened inward, that'd be pretty cool. But I don't know. I kind of like it open a little bit. It's kind of got a cool little style to it. I like that. Awesome. We'll do that on this side eventually, but let's work on the flooring in here. So of course we need to work on lighting eventually, but for now, I just want to kind of get this started here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut this all in as a course dirt. There we go. And then what I'm going to do next is just kind of mix in just a little bit of dirt, just so it's not all just coarse dirt. I don't want to have any grass blocks inside here, so we're not going to do any of that. There we go. So we'll get that in there. Look at the stalls kind of coming to life. These horses are going to be happy. They're going to be like, yeah. Great place to live. There we go. Awesome. All right. And then I'm going to take a little water source to stick that in the corner. Now we can always dig this down and do it one block inwards, but why would a horse want to like strain his neck by like reaching all the way down where he could just kind of walk up here and go yum, yum, yum? Doesn't that make sense? Because the horse is like way up in the air and they got to like reach all the way down. Like horses get tired. They get a little stiff neck. We don't want to strain our horses. No. We're going to do it that way. There we go. We're going to put that along there like that. And then potentially just for fun, we'll just kind of, hello down there. Gosh, there are so many. Oh my gosh, there are so many zombies down there. Oh man, that is crazy. But there we go, my friends. Of course, we'll work on lighting, but for the most part, that is like a super snazzy horse stall right there. All right, now it's time to make 3 more of these. Storage room 1 is now complete. So let's sneak in here. This is just kind of hay storage. So I just cleaned up the walls a little bit. Nothing too fancy in this room. Now the next one is going to be more supplies for the horses. So that's all the different things they like to eat and all that good stuff. So let's open our inventory up here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make kind of a row of shelves that go along here like so. I'm thinking about making this go upwards like this. I think, yeah, that'll look nice. It'll just make the rooms look a little bit more uniformed, having the nice pillars going up on either end, I think. I wasn't originally going to, but yeah, what the heck, my friends? What the heck? There we go. Put that across there and bring that over there. Oh, hello. There you go. Put that in place. And there we go. This should be the last. Oh, no, I forgot one of the roofs. There we go. I'll put this roof on a little bit later. But as you can see, all the different horse stalls are installed and ready to roll. So let's move back into this room and we'll cut out our makeshift scaffolding. Now this does go a little askew. So I think we can do something with that. Let's not let that get us down here. So we'll put this all the way up there like that. And then just to clean the room up a little bit, it's always nice to just throw in a little crown molding at the tops. Just subtle, but makes a difference here. So I'll put that across there like that. There we go. One more row across there, and what the heck, we'll do one right there for good measure. Okay, wonderful. So let's get to work here. So I've got a trapped and non-trapped chests. So I'm gonna put those along here like this. There we go. Awesome. And then I'll put those guys away. Now I'm gonna put item frames on each one of these. There we go. And I actually never counted these out, so let's just see what we got here. Let's put gold, non-gold. There we go. And a little sugar. They like their sugar. And then of course, let's put a saddle here. And I guess the hay can go there. Awesome. The only problem is we don't have a box for our leads. So my friends, we're gonna have to make up for that. There we go. Maybe some boxes on either end here. Maybe we could do something. Let's see. What is this? Let's pull these guys together. I would prefer just to do the non-trapped. There we go. Put that one right there. And we'll sneak that one over there. And just because we don't have any on us, we'll just do another set right there. Yeah, there we go. So over here, we can put some leads. So let's put some signs on these ones. And these boxes can have other things in them, you know, different things related to the horses and all that wonderful stuff. And then this wall right here, like we said, I was thinking about doing these chests actually on this wall right here, which we could potentially still do. And then I got this little gap right there that I'm not 100% a fan of. But for now, I'm not super dissatisfied with it. I think I like it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fire up super fast build mode. That's right. And we're going to complete the horse side, or actually the cow side. And yeah, so I'll catch you guys in just a minute as we complete this side over here. End of super fast build mode, and we have now completed the right side of the barn here. And this, of course, is where our cows are going to live now. The lighting looks hokey, and the seedlings aren't 100% perfect yet, so there's still a lot more work to do in here. But as you can see, this thing is really coming together, and the torches are driving me crazy. But once we get the floor laid out, I think we'll be able to install, some hidden lighting within the floor, and I think that'll be amazing. So let's get started. So first thing we're going to do here is start creating some of our path blocks here. Some of our absolute favorite things. One thing we're going to need is I'm trying to just leave up maybe a little bit of green grass just around some of the corners of the walkways here, just to kind of give it like a little bit of a wild feel to it, just a little bit. I think it'll look pretty cool if we do that. And then of course we can mix in, of course, all sorts of different materials. And I think for now, this is about as far as I'm going to go. Awesome. Okay. So next thing we can do here is just mix in just a little bit of coarse dirt. And we're just looking to create a natural, highly texturized floor in here, just to give it a little extra something. And when you look at any build, and this is always a good tip, when you look at a build and you see a large expanse of one material, one color, one texture, always try to find ways to break that up, because believe me, you might see a gigantic wall, say on a house. By breaking it up with an extra couple beams or another color here or there, it can really, really help with the design. As you can see, I walled off this room just because I'm not 100% sure what I want to do in there yet. Okay, so as you can see, we have this large expanse here. So I'm going to start inlaying a little bit of oak wood. See how that just nestles in there really beautifully and just kind of blends in. Now, when we work on the path blocks throughout the entire area, we're going to have some of these, but I want the oak actually to be a little bit more dense within the barn, so there'll be more planks here and there than it would otherwise be out on the pathways. And I think that'll look actually pretty cool. It'll take a little bit to get all these installed, and we'll probably adjust them here and there just to make sure they're all in the beautiful orientations and are looking good. Now, another thing is, heck, we're just throwing a little bit of grass here and there, just a little bit, it doesn't need to be a lot. And like I said, the green grass can, I don't know, since I've been looking at it here and there, I'm not a huge fan of it. So what I'm going to do instead, and this is just me thinking out loud here, is potentially even throwing in a bit of grass like that. Now, the issue is we are on top of hollow ground, so sometimes you can kind of play around with it a little bit to find where you want it. But I think for the most part, I'm going to get rid of the green grass and then place these bushes on top. And it's trial and error. Never get discouraged, my friends. Never get discouraged when you're building, because sometimes things don't work out in the end, and you got to quickly bounce back and see how you can recover and quickly find a new solution for that particular problem that you were facing. And as you can see how we do this? We just kind of lay it out here, trying to stay in just a pleasing pattern here and there, trying to stay within a pleasing pattern, something like that. And trying to remember to keep it a little more dense than we otherwise would on the pathways. And I'm going to carry that throughout the rest of the area, and I'll meet you to do a final tour, my friends. And welcome back, my friends. I've got the pathway all lined up and ready to go. And look at that beautiful pathway down there with all sorts of textures and colors, all coming out quite well. And as our hay storage room comes together and our room that I'm not sure what I want to do, if you guys have any suggestions, let me know what we should do in the mystery room. So let me know in the comments for your idea for the mystery room. And then heading down the hallway here, as you can see, we have these beautiful rooms built up for our horses. Now, like I said before, the lighting is only temporary. We'll do something really nice for that, and another one there. And of course, our storage room for all of our equipment for the horses. And I'm thinking about putting some leads and just some general supplies in these boxes, but I haven't quite decided what. And I need to transport all of my golden and standard apples and all sorts of other things into those boxes. Now, this room right here will be our staircase leading up to the upper level. We'll do that in our next episode. So then we'll tie these beams together with our design that I have come up with up there. And I think it'll be absolutely amazing, and turning into our cow room. So this is where just, we'll just put some cows here, and these are the slaughter cows. So these are the cows will come when we need food and things of that nature. And the room's fairly basic. I'm considering maybe opening up a window here or there, but for the most part, I think this room serves its purpose. And like I said, we'll still work on the lighting, and I think the pathway came out really nice. And I really hope you guys enjoyed today and got inspiration for your own interiors of stables and barns and ranches and all sorts of wonderful things. And until next time, this has been Good Times with Scar, and I always really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my videos. And if you believe the video deserved a rating, that would be much appreciated. And until next time, we'll see you later.